This week on the BodyWrong podcast.
You guys have flown. What is your worst nightmare of someone sitting next to you?
Just somebody extremely overweight, because I'm already kind of a bigger guy, and I hate sharing the armrest, and I hate their gut like hanging over to the side, and like me being in a middle seat between two of them, like a sandwich, or an elderly person who has recently shit themselves. That's that's up there.
There was a former NFL lineman who pissed on an elderly woman, and apparently he was so goddamn drunk on a flight to Ireland from Boston that the plane actually had to turn around. They had to detain him. He pissed and emptied his entire bladder for over 20 seconds on an elderly woman.
On my judge stuff today.
Should have.
Something inappropriate. I was waiting. I was like, "What's he gonna say?" You know, I was like, "He's gonna try to squeeze it in." It's a little late. But welcome everybody to the Body Wrong podcast, part of the Beard Laws Studio. Be sure to check out beardlawstudio.com to get all of your merch needs. I'm wearing a Beard Laws baseball jersey right now and my Body Wrong t-shirt. I am double sporting everybody today. Be sure to check out Amazon to get yourself a Body Wrong t-shirt. And this is You've Been Whacking Off. I'm joined today by Goot, Rob, and Beard Laws himself, Matt. How are you guys doing?
That's
Goot. I remember now. I said, could you imagine if you tried to have sex with your wife with the wig on? That's what I said. I knew it. I knew I was going to remember it at some point.
Oh, see, I find that I would do that just for fun, but yeah.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
And your gavel is your dick. You're like, boom.
Yeah.
Sweet
I've
justice.
spoken.
I have spoken.
Take some birth control because you might get pregnant. It's like,
don't be tossing that word around.
I am scheduled to get snipped in November now because I've already hit my deductible being sick this year. So my wife was like, "Hey, now's actually like a perfect time. That's completely covered. You should probably just go ahead and get that done." And I'm like, "Nah, it's okay." No, not at all. And she's like, "It's reversible. Yeah, go ahead. She's like, "I'll schedule the appointment for you." And I was like, "And I'll cancel it." I don't.
Yep.
Do you know anybody that's gone through them yet? Because I have a bunch of buddies that have, and they said it's worth every penny. But they said, listen to the doctors. Do not overdo it. Don't try to be a tough guy. When they tell you to sit there for X amount of hours, sit there, get some peas, frozen peas, put them on the boys, grab a cooler, have yourself some beverages. They're beer drinkers, so they sat there, sat in the recliner, watched TV, drank beer, got waited on for like 2 days, didn't overdo it, no problems. The guys were, I'm a tough guy, and worked it out. Their balls got big, swollen, pain, lots of issues. They said they don't recommend it. But I'm gonna tell you a quick story. My one buddy, best story I've ever heard of the vasectomy. The power went out in the middle of the vasectomy, and they don't knock you out for it. So of course they make you very happy. He had to hold the flashlight for his own vasectomy. Well, if you knew the guy, it's fitting because this guy was a rugby player. I don't think he feels pain. He probably didn't even use any medicine. He'd be the type of guy that like would break a collarbone, play the rest of the game, then show up to a soccer game, then be like, maybe I'll go to the doctor. But he used to be in rugby during the jackass phase, and they used to actually staple awards and staple things to him. That was his thing. People just come up with a stapler and just be like, beer can, paper plate. And he feels no pain.
Jesus Christ.
Hearing stories like that just solidifies how much of a gigantic pussy that I am, because one staple in me, a little tear is probably going to shed, and I'm going to call you some names like that. What the fuck? Like,
I stubbed my toe. I'm fucked for the next 8 hours. I'm pissed. I'm in a mood.
So I do have a story. Like I can kind of come close to that one. The vasectomy, I don't know. There's something about it that will stop me to that. But in college, I one day walking to class, my tire was flat. I'm like, I'll change it real quick. So jacked it up, got it tire off, and I was looking at something at the wheel bearing. The jack slips, the car falls on my hand. So I'm like, oh, this has happened. So I'm like trying to pick it up on like by the side. I couldn't get my hand out. So I'm like,
72 hours.
I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, oh, this is good. I didn't feel anything. So I'm like, damn, I think I broke my hand. This guy was throwing out trash in the dumpster. I'm like, hey, can you help me out? Gets me out, fly to the hospital. and they're like doing X-rays and all that fun stuff, and they're like, nothing's broke. Are you Wolverine? I'm like, I wish.
Snooky.
But so that
You're
was
like,
a
I don't know how
Tuesday.
much I've prayed every night.
I had a fight that Tuesday, so that Saturday, a MMA fight. I knocked a guy out in 12 seconds because I didn't want it to go further past the first round. So
Hell yeah. That's what a man does.
That's
And then he
What are we doing here?
that's what I'm saying. I'm just glad that we have a man on the show. Matt as well, probably because you can just grow that luxurious beard as well. And then here, Rob and I, we're for the female viewership. We're trying to, we're the sensitive ones.
get
Who
the
is
A's demographic.
Rob? I thought his name was Max.
It is.
Oh,
It
that's
is. It's
power.
Max.
I'm gonna change that. That's gonna take a while, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I want to
Actually,
say?
it sucks because it took me forever to change it, and now I'm changing it back, and it's gonna me too. So
Yeah. Hey, over time heals everything. But happy Friday the 13th, boys.
That's right.
When this is being released, and I was just kind of checking out Max's shirt. I almost said it, and I was like, "Listen here, Ethan, if you're listening to this, I'm on your goddamn PR team, and I don't even have a T-shirt. And this guy's in Philly and has a Severance Mountain shirt.
not only do I have one shirt, I have 3 shirts.
No,
I have stickers.
Mhm.
I have pins. He hooked the swag bag up. Shout out, Ethan. You were the man, brother.
He is not skimpy when he is on a podcast. So if anybody wants to have Ethan Henry, the director and co-writer of Severance Mountain, make sure you guys check it out, please. Go
It comes out
save up
Friday.
some money.
Yes.
Yeah, it comes out today. Well, unless you're watching it, whatever. Friday the 13th. Go watch it a lot, like a million times. Go buy it all, please.
we're taking a trip to Salem on Friday the 13th.
Nice.
So I'll be in Salem with
North
the wifey
Carolina?
from
I heard
Friday
that's
to
nice.
Monday. Oh God, no! Oh God, no! But it is like, what's the longest drive you guys have ever done?
In
Yourselves.
without stopping?
Like, we'll go without stopping.
Ooh. So I was a baby. When I was like about a year old, my parents drove to El Salvador. I know it doesn't count, but my mom was scared of flying, so she said, we're driving, and yeah, that was a nightmare with itself. But solo, I've driven to California from Virginia, so
Jesus.
Wow.
See,
You might be
You got
Jesus.
you
Yeah,
got
you
us.
win.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, we drove from here to, I want to say it was Clearwater. We drove, but I mean, personally, I think the longest I've ever drove nonstop was like 8 hours.
ooh.
I did 16 hours just going to Florida in May, with just stopping to get gas and stuff like that. But we drove to California as well, and it was 26 hours, I think, is what it was.
Yeah.
Do you and the wifey like split the drive?
So usually we do, but this way, or the Florida trip that we recently had, I was just determined. I was like, nope, fuck it. I was like, I want to get there at a good pace. You drive like ass. I want to get there on time or before. I like to watch the GPS time and just like absolutely demolish it. And then as soon as one of the kids say, Dad, I have to piss, and I'm like, I am really not prepared to lose 10 minutes here.
Just cut off 4 minutes.
Yeah, and that's how it is. And then you see everybody that you pass just start like going again, and you're like honestly, I live for it. I love trips just to do that. But I don't know. Like, I'm timing them. If there's a line in the bathroom, I'm like, get your drinks now. I'll pay for it. Like, multitask. Let's go.
Man, you don't like flying though, right? You've been?
No, I enjoy it. My wife is the one that's not
okay.
Yeah.
I love
remember.
flying.
I
Flying's
do too,
easy, man.
but try flying with like a family of 5 or more, then you instantly are like, nope, we're friggin' driving, or we're just not going on a trip. Because
I
these
would
days,
never do it.
I mean, you can barely get a flight under like $600 now, and it's like, well, there goes. Depending where you're going, I guess.
Yeah.
But for us, I mean, we have to drive 2.5 hours one way to an airport, or we go to the place here, and then you get stuck in some shithole Philly that happened to me last. No offense, Rob. Last time, and then we had to drive with 2 vehicles, not 1, 2 vehicles on the way back from Disney. Got stuck in Philly and had to drive 2 different vehicles, and we got home at like 4:30 in the morning, and it's like about 7 hours from Philly to me.
I think the only thing that sucks with flying is you have zero control. Like if they're like, "Oh, the bathroom's broken, you're not flying today." You're like, "What? How does that make sense?" Like I can't tell you how many times I've been stuck at in Chicago. Like Chicago's airport is it's got to be top 3 worst airports in the country. I hate it. Atlanta's number 1. Atlanta's airport is awful.
Absolutely,
Just
agree with you.
Awful.
I think the third is Florida, Orlando at least.
I didn't think that was. I've
I
been
didn't
there
think
twice.
Orlando was too bad.
Orlando's the worst.
Tasha says Orlando's the worst.
That's my girl.
She loves Atlanta. And I hate it. Because in Atlanta, you got to take a tram to a tram to a tram to get your rental. She likes the trams. I don't know why she likes the trams, but I hate the trams. I get in, I'm packed in with a bunch of smelly people and little kids and just dumb shit. People are like blocking the entrance for the tram to shut. You're like, get your fat ass in here. It's a thing, especially if you've been traveling for a couple hours, and you just don't feel like dealing with it.
I'm so impressed that you didn't mix up any letters when you kept saying trams.
Yeah, me too. I was waiting for it.
Impressed with you. Very
Professional
impressed.
here. We've got a professional.
Well, look, Burley's not here, so I have my hair up right now.
I just pulled up the worst U.S. airports to fly out of based on Fox32Chicago.com. Speaking of Chicago,
Number 1.
Want me to just rip through this list?
Yeah,
Or do you guys want to guess?
Let's
Guess it out?
do a little guess.
Yeah. I'm not
Chicago.
going to do the analogies because I don't know I'm going to take the XYZ to the 3, 4, 5 to the ABC.
Well, yeah, Chicago's. I mean, they gotta. Where is it?
Chicago is which? It's not. Is it O'Hare?
O'Shea.
Yeah.
O'Hare.
Okay, O'Hare. Yep, that's number 4.
Number 4.
I feel
Number
like
4.
one of the New York ones, like LaGuardia or like what's the Kennedy one? One of those two got to be up there, probably.
Not on there.
Yeah.
And this is going by, I believe, the percentage of flights disrupted is how they're
Dallas Fort Worth.
Yes.
Dallas Fort Worth,
DFW.
number 1.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
Yep.
I've had issues there too.
45.6% of flights are disrupted. 45.6.
But they're like a hub, dude. They go everywhere. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Definitely
Vegas.
DC.
I don't see Vegas on there or DC.
What about
DC would be
LAX?
like DCA or like Dulles, IAD.
But
Nothing.
there is
Miami's got to be on there.
Miami is number 5 with there,
Nice.
and you guys do have some ones that you already said that you potentially hated on there. So I feel
So
like I'm going to give you
Atlanta.
that. Orlando already is number 7.
So probably Atlanta, LA.
Atlanta is
But
on
Denver.
there.
Denver has a lot of cancellations with snow,
Denver.
I imagine.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So Atlanta is the Hartsfield Jackson. They are
Yes.
number 9. Denver is number 8.
Los Angeles, definitely.
Yeah, LAX.
I don't see LAX on there unless it has a different
I'm gonna
name.
say it, even though I don't think it. But Philly, is Philly on there?
I don't see Philly, but I don't know the name of Philly, I guess. There's
It's
one
just
on here.
Philadelphia International.
Okay, yeah, it's not there. It's not
So-
on there.
Yeah, because Philly's actually pretty freaking good. Like we'll fly out, and I'm like, I don't know about like they don't typically cancel shit in Philly. I will say that.
So you guys did say DC, and I guess that's Ronald Reagan National Airport.
Yeah.
So that is on the list. I didn't know it was there. So that's number 10. So you guys have number 1, number 4, which is O'Hare. I think you guys said Miami, right? Number 5.
Yep.
Orlando was talked about, number 7. Denver 8. Atlanta 9. And DC 10. So it looks like we have 2, 3, and 6.
Boston?
Boston is not on the list. I did say one of them, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you number 3 was Charlotte. When I said
Okay.
Charlotte sucks.
Oh yeah, you did.
Charlotte was number 3. Although shout out to the guy that was right on there every time somebody took a shit. He was in there, warm seat and all, cleaning that toilet. I was a big fan of that.
Poor guy.
What about Phoenix?
Not Phoenix. No,
Detroit?
Actually, never been to Arizona.
no, not out there.
Number
think
2.
Burley. Think Burley.
Houston?
Oh.
Houston George Bush
yeah.
Intercontinental Airport. Number 2.
Jesus, Texas sucks at airports.
Jesus Christ.
1 left.
I keep thinking like snowy states, but apparently they get their shit down, like Minnesota or something like that has a whole bunch of snow or something.
Yeah,
but
no, they're all normally pretty good.
I'm going to give you a hint. This one, no snow. No snow at this one.
San Diego.
Nope.
Tennessee.
Cold.
Oh,
Getting
Seattle?
warmer, but no.
Seattle?
Would you Seattle? No, that would be getting much colder from
No, wait.
San
Oh.
Diego to Tennessee.
Nashville?
Oh, shit.
Well, that's Tennessee, so still kind of warmish.
was it Lexington, Kentucky?
I'm not great at maps, but I would go more south.
Okay, so
So
Alabama,
Mississippi? Alabama?
Getting warmer.
Georgia?
Louisiana.
Go the other way.
Damn
Go
it.
the other way.
Mississippi?
Keep going east.
South Carolina.
Getting warmer. Go more south.
Florida?
Georgia.
Tallahassee.
We haven't said
Somewhere in
Georgia yet.
Florida.
Oh, Clearwater,
Jacksonville?
Nope.
Tampa Bay.
Still no Florida maps, but I'm assuming you're getting closer. I would.
Destin? No, it can't be Destin.
That's
That's
the
airport.
the Panhandle side. So, what's over
Pensacola. No.
there? Yeah, Pensacola. Yeah,
No.
it's a small airport though.
This is an international airport. It's pretty big. A lot of people go here for cruises and stuff like that. From my heart.
The
Port.
Keys?
For something.
Lauderdale or whatever.
Fort Lauderdale. Yes.
Fort Lauderdale. The Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. 30 and a
God,
half.
I think I had a stroke trying to say Lauderdale.
Dude, I saw the SpaceX shit there. It's pretty wild.
Oh, that they launched the other day?
No, I mean,
Oh.
like I saw the setup for his whole, like, dude, he has like, it's all blocked off, and there's obviously so many acres of land he has.
Yeah, I heard
when
that.
I was in, what's that? That's like, it was right outside of,
Was it Cape Canaveral?
no, this is when I was in South Padre Island in Texas. Shit, phone just fell out.
I heard that Elon Musk is going to own 2/3 of all satellites within the end of like this year or 2027 or something. No, soon. And then by 2027, he's going to be the world's first trillionaire
Jeez.
if he keeps with the projections. But before we move on from airplanes, I heard this story today, and I have to share with you guys. There was a former NFL lineman. I think he was with Tampa Bay. Nope, Detroit Lions, who pissed on an elderly woman in the middle of a flight. He was a lineman, Gazder Cherilos, 40 or whatever. He's from Massachusetts, played for the Lions, and apparently he was so goddamn drunk on a flight to Ireland from Boston that the plane actually had to turn around. They had to detain him. He pissed and emptied his entire bladder for over 20 seconds on an elderly woman. And he's so goddamn big that he's so big that they had to have 2 sets of handcuffs for this guy. Because he is just, I mean, he's like 6'6", 280 or 300. I don't know what a lineman is. But, I mean, yeah, they had to circle around. It was a thing. It was Delta Flight 154 left Boston Logan International Airport at 12:12 a.m. Sunday, more than 3.5 hours late before it doubled back and landed back in Boston at 2:33 in the morning.
So you guys have flown. What is your worst nightmare of someone sitting next to you? And then I'll tell you a real story that happened to me.
It's this guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had different experiences flying from you guys. So, like, I hate flying now. I'll do it, but I have to, like, put the things in my ears to block the pressure. It's a thing. It sucks. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess... Yeah, that situation was like that'd be the worst scenario because like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I take him down? Like, do I try to fight this guy? And it's like, what do I do to stop this?
You just let him piss on the elderly lady.
If it's my wife though, like, what do I do? Like, take his knees out? I mean, it's just I gotta like think like, how am I gonna like escalate this because he's not gonna feel any pain. So I'm like, I have to get him down to the floor somehow. There's so much space I have to work with.
Man,
mine's just somebody extremely overweight because I'm already kind of a bigger guy, and I hate sharing the armrest, and I hate their gut like hanging over to the side. And and like me being in a middle seat between two of them, like a sandwich, or an elderly person who has recently shit themselves. That's up there.
Let me tell you about mine. So you know what? Looking back, hindsight's 2020. I jinxed myself. I always pick the window because I like to sleep with my head against the window. I know a lot of people like the aisle because it's easier if you got to take a piss, but for me, it's just easy because I'll pass out for a couple hours or whatever. And there was another guy. He had the aisle, and we had the middle seat open.
Ooh.
And everyone's walking through.
And you're going, please no.
The stream of people stops. And I looked at him, he looked at me, and we're like, yes. In my head, I'm like, yes. Anytime there's no person in the middle seat, it just makes life a lot easier. Then, as if by the grace of the devil himself, this beast starts walking down the aisle. And I know instantly in my head, he's going to be sitting in the middle seat.
You should have yelled.
Like, do you guys remember Butterbean?
Oh, yeah.
The boxer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy he had to be a cousin or a relative. This guy was 6'5". He probably weighed 350 pounds. He was visibly sweating, but like I could see him sweating as he's walking up. He sits down. He had to get the seatbelt extender because he couldn't fit with the regular seatbelt. And I'm like I'm all the way over on the window, and I was flying from Atlanta, go figure, back home, and it was for work. A buddy of mine was like 5 rows up, and I texted him, I'm like, dude, look at this Godzilla-like creature that's sitting next to me. He turns around, and I'll never forget his face because he was left. He still brings it up. I mean, this happened like 6 years ago. And so the guy sits down. He has to get the seatbelt extender. He smells like if you left bologna out on the kitchen counter for like a day. Like just a rank, meaty smell.
And the mayonnaise on it.
Dude, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this is the worst case scenario. And like, look, Atlanta to Philly, it's a 2.5 hour flight. It's nothing crazy. But it would have been a miserable 2 hours. Luckily, the flight wasn't full. I'm guessing he like had to take a last minute flight or whatever. And they put him there. Luckily, I don't know if it was like when I locked eyes with like the gay male steward. I'm guessing he's gay, but the gay male stewardess, I'm like a pleading look. He actually asked the guy like, hey, one of our exit rows is completely open if you want to come up. Luckily, he pulled him out of that seat like once we hit like that 30,000 feet or whatever when people can move, because that would have been a miserable 2 hours of my life.
Should have been like, I will save everybody's life.
Yes.
I volunteer tribute.
Get me the f out of here, please.
Wow.
Now,
miserable.
Hot take, since Burley's not here, you know how whenever you do the overhead bin and they have like that little spot where if you put your bag in there, if it overlaps and stuff like that, you have to check it in, right?
Yeah.
Let's do the same thing with the seats, but if you overlap, you have to pay for 2 seats.
I feel like that is 100% fair.
Well,
and like,
don't they have a
there was
thing
video?
that you have to sit in the chair to test if you're that big. I think they like the thing, like the bag thing that you roll in. I think they have like a test chair or something like that.
Do
now,
they?
at least at one of the airports I saw recently, where you have to sit there, and if you're too big, you have to double up and pay for both.
I haven't seen that, but I saw some. This might have been a couple months ago, but people were complaining. Like fat people were like, "We demand fair seating" or some bullshit. It's like, look, bro, I'm a fat kid. Okay, if I'm gonna get charged for 2 seats, then I know that I've hit rock bottom in my weight loss journey. Okay, and you should feel the same way, you fat piece of shit. If you need a seatbelt extender, that's like a whole other level. Those seatbelts are fairly large.
They're pretty big. I mean, you can just you can go to stores and buy those pills that are going to make you lose all that weight. Maybe it causes cancer, but wouldn't it be worth a shot? At least give it a couple months.
Ozempic, man.
Hydroxycut.
Yeah,
dude, old school hydroxycut was like cocaine. I was taking hydroxycut when I was like 23.
Wow.
I went from like 190 to like 150 in like 2 months.
Damn.
And I didn't eat. I just wouldn't eat.
Damn.
It was amazing. And then, they took it off the shelves because I'd imagine there were some things in there that human consumption wasn't supposed to happen.
Not good for your
You can
kidneys or
still buy
liver.
it.
Yeah, it's not the same, dude. Hydroxycut from like 15 years ago is nothing to what it is now. It's some baby shit. Dude, there was some other shit that, and of course, it was always GNC because it's not regulated by the FDA until they prove that they're like putting shit in there that's not okay. There was some shit that I used to take called Super Pump. And it was a like C4, like pre-workout.
Pre-workout, yeah.
And I got to a point where I would put 3 scoops of Super Pump. This shit was like doing 10 lines of cocaine. And you could just like, I was like 160. I could bench 220 with like just not like just like fucking veins popping out of my I look like a goddamn, dick, veins popping out of my veiny head.
Fucking this veiny Smurf.
Hulk. So Hydroxycut original used to contain ephedra, ephedra. Yeah, and without the N, ephedra, a powerful stimulant. In 2004, the FDA banned it because it caused serious side effects. In fact, about 155 deaths.
That's all?
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically speed is what it was. But it was awesome. It was a hell of a weight loss drug.
He's just like, bring me back.
It was quite. I would, if I took that now, I would look fantastic. From 15 years ago, but the bullshit now is just caffeine. They put just a ton of caffeine in it. It's useless.
Isn't Ozempic too? Like those are injections, if I'm not mistaken. And I am a quivering pussy when it comes to needles. So I'm just gonna stay this fucking voluptuous for the rest of my life.
It's not as hard to give yourself. So I have psoriasis really bad, and I take Tremfya, which is an injectable, and I give myself a shot every 8 weeks. It's not as bad. Like you hold the front of your thigh, and you just go at a 90-degree angle, dude. It's way easier, and you don't even feel it, unless of course you're like me and you're drinking and you're doing it, and then you just start bleeding because you didn't go at the right angle. But it still happens. As long as it gets in the body, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people put needles in some odd fucking places, man. Because again, work in the hotel industry. This housekeeper one time came up to us and she's like, "Hey, I just pricked myself with a needle." We're like,
"Oh shit."
Oh no! There was a needle in the trash can, and so when she went to go like stuff the bag down, which you don't fucking do, it pricked her, and so she had to go get like the HIV preventative, AIDS preventative, all that stuff like immediately. And then we're trying to call this guy, and we're like, "Hey, like call us back. Like what was it that she stuck herself with?" Finally, he calls back. He goes, "Yeah, it's not drugs or anything like it's not like heroin or anything." He's like, it's a penis enlargement, kind of like a Viagra that I have to like stick myself with. He was cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
And staying at the hotel. Had a little
wow.
You guys don't use cut resistant or needle proof gloves or anything? Or are they just the normal?
No. They're raw dogging that shit. They're just, yeah. But yeah,
if I worked in the biz, I'd be spending the $20-$40 and getting myself some needle resistant one.
Whoa, and this poor lady had to take like 6 weeks worth of like HIV preventative medication and stuff like that too. It was a mess.
Was this out of pocket, or did the company pay for it?
The company paid for it, but I think they eventually like charged that guy
good
as well for just leaving that out there. Yeah.
You don't do that, dude.
I don't want to jinx myself.
Especially now, like most of the time, those like the shots I take, it's once you inject it, it pops back into itself. So like you can't like prick yourself at all unless you're like unless it's at like a weird angle. I don't know, but it like automatically goes back up. So and most of like the Ozempic and stuff is like it's almost like an EpiPen. Like it's like a automatic injectable. So like you just literally. You like hold the front of your stomach or whatever. You just push the button. It'll inject it. Yeah, it's my mom's actually on it.
Yeah, well, it's because it's for diabetes. My father's been a diabetic since 19, so he had to do the old school where in case he lost his sight or his hands or something, we always had to know, like, or he was having an emergency, like how to shoot up dad, but with the diabetes. But it was always super scary because if you got a little bubble in it, could kill him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure to learn that shit. If you haven't, so you'd have to, the old school, measure it out with the little tube, make sure there's no bubble, do a little, and then here you go. But now, like you said, with the Ozempic and the new ones, it's like pre-dosed. You click for the dose, go in, just twist, boom, done. But now and it's cool, but like he's got a little reader. Like it's evolved a lot in not that amount of time. If he was to be able to hold on for another 40, 50 years, maybe they could figure something out.
Yeah, dude, it sucked when I first started taking the injectable stuff for my psoriasis because it's pretty bad. Like you guys can't see it, but if I didn't take I would look like fucking something out of Marvel. I would look like a fucking lizard man. I
got a couple buddies that have it. It's pretty.
It's bad. It's awful. Even still with taking it, I try not to shower every day because my skin gets just so fucking dry. It doesn't matter what you do to it. But when I first started, it was experimental, and I was like 14 or 15, and I was scared of needles like you've been, so I'd have my mom do it, and she was fucking awful. And it was back then, it was the little fucking jar, and you had to fucking shake it up and pull it out with like a real needle, and the needle was like this fucking big, and my mom would do it to my arm, and I'm like, Mom, you're fucking hurting me, and I'm like sprouting fucking blood. Like it was awful. Everything now is much easier. It's a lot easier to fucking give yourself like.
Could you imagine though having to shoot up your dick just to have sex? Like, we all probably do that, right? Like, I mean, if you have to shoot up to have sex, or are you just not having it?
No, if you have to, you have to. It's like if that's the only way.
I mean, if that's the only way, or you never have it again, I feel like we're all gonna shoot. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna try it.
Like, you've been whacking off and not being able to touch myself unless I have to stick myself with a needle, put a gun to my head. Like, that's ridiculous. No, thank you.
Oh my god. So yeah, he's gonna be a bad flashback. So
Do tell.
Look at her. She's like, huh?
So she can't hear me. So when I was in college, I was training how to fight with this guy came out. He owned a Chinese restaurant, so it was like Seafood Simon. So he came across from China, and I got banned from fighting on the quad because we were fighting with swords. So this other guy from Boston, we got some asshole called the cops on us.
What college did you go to?
Dude, I've heard this story. It's good.
Yes.
You got Seafood Sam and swords? Like what?
I have a crazy life, dude. So,
dude, you haven't heard the half of it, neither have I. The stuff I've heard.
So this guy comes out. He's short, and like the way when he speaks English, every sentence has a curse word because that's how we learn English. So he goes, "No bullshit, good. I fucking tell you, this is how you fucking do this way." So every sentence curse word. So one day he asked me, he goes, "Good, do you like women?" I'm like, "Yes." He goes, I got something fucking for you. You can't take this shit. He gives me this pill, and I'm like, "This is like Viagra?" He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Just take it. You fuck women, you take it." I'm like, okay. So I took it. My blood pressure dropped. I'll never forget that. I thought I was going to die. I have an out-of-body experience. I came blood. Like, I was like, I was wearing a condom, thank God. But, like, I was so, like, sweating bullets. I'm like, this just went sideways. I thought I was going to die. But, like, so God. So I will never take that mess when I get older. I have such mental, like, strength. Like, I'm all right. I'll never take it.
Look, dude, okay? Seafood Sam obviously didn't give you anything to help you.
No.
He probably gave you like fucking Advil PM. Like,
no, it was,
or he dipped it in some fucking.
It was in Chinese. I couldn't read it, but like he said, it would help you grow, like last longer. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it.
It was probably that shit at the gas station they used to sell, like horny goat weed or something.
Yeah. Make you grow like redwood. Now, you were dealing with samurai jack-off. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You know what, though? I gotta commend you for taking it. That takes some balls.
I was curious, so I said, what the hell not?
Yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine coming blood.
I would never come again. I'd be like, I ain't doing this again. You ain't, nope. Did it look like a little bit? You know, like that fucking that strawberry syrup that you make strawberry milk with? Was it a little bit of that, like whenever it sits on top of the milk before you stir it? Is that kind of what
Imagine
was
all
in the
that in a
condom?
condom, dude. That's what it looked like.
Was there any like white, so it looked like a
No.
strawberry shortcake?
It
Or
was
was just pure. So what
I-
it was is the pill probably had this dye capsulation in there, so it went to the nutsack and came out red, right?
Probably.
It probably wasn't blood.
Dude,
like
a
an
buddy of
M&M.
mine, had prostate cancer, and it was stage 1. And like, you know, when you're doing the chemo and all that shit, you cum blood. like it's not normal after you do that. So he was telling me about it. I'm like, 1, I don't want to hear this, Carl. Thank you.
2, I think they tell you
But-
probably shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, well, he's going to. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not gonna stop. But he's like, it's a scary experience. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, bro. You're not telling me any more stories. I am good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I
He's
had a buddy.
cancer free now, though, and I'd
Hey,
imagine
hell
his
yeah.
semen is normal.
There's
But
only
I
one-
haven't asked him about it.
Call him right now on the show.
Right now.
Call him.
You gotta know.
Do it. Call him. And while you're calling him, I'm going to tell you a story about the
I don't have
time.
my phone.
Boo.
Wifey, phone, just do one of those phone and see if it works and snap.
It's to my
Yeah,
left.
and
Then you're going to see.
and it's
I had a buddy in
I
high
have a
school.
concussion on the show.
He got a hold of somebody's Viagra, and we were at a party, and he was like, maybe. And we're like, you shouldn't take the whole one. So he took a half of one as a high school kid already. And obviously, blood flow wasn't an issue. There was a lot of blood flow. So he performed on his, girlfriend, I think, at the time. And then it still wouldn't go down. So then tried jerking off. Still wouldn't go down. Tried another round with the old lady. Still didn't go down. He said it was the worst throbbing pain ever, that he actually did have to go to the ER, like on the commercial, and they had to take a needle and drain.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine?
Wow.
I don't want to. That's fucking awful. That is, usually I leave these things like hungry and everything else, but my butthole's been puckered for the last fucking 35 minutes. This is rough.
Would you
Yeah,
rather
we
have it
talked about food
drained?
once.
Yeah, we haven't talked about. I was just thinking, would you rather have it drained or have a 6 foot, 280 man drunk piss all over you on an airplane?
I would rather get peed on. You know what? Have R. Kelly sit right next to me as well. We'll treat it like a fountain coming from each way.
A new music
I don't
video.
even care.
Yeah.
No, all this piss talk, and Rob was talking about. You mentioned a shower, got me thinking of him naked. No, there was a video today that I seen that apparently this is a huge debate. A lot of people do it differently. How many uses are you guys getting out of your towel before you wash it again?
Dude, I had that in my brain to ask because I have to hear. Goot's going to do one. I guarantee it. One and done.
One and done.
Oh, I'm disgusting then, because I'm a lot more than that. Honestly, I don't even know. I remember last time I just hang it up and it doesn't smell.
That's what I do. I give it the smell test. If it stinks, then I change it. If it doesn't smell bad, then I just keep going. Sometimes it's a week. Sometimes maybe a month.
I mean,
So I am like Goot. One and done. I wash it after every. I don't know why. It's just as soon as I get done using it, I'm like, it is done. And like I'll clean up the floor if I got any water on the floor and everything. So if like the towel's been on the floor, I'm gonna wash
don't
it.
do that.
But
Change my answer. I'm one and done too. You guys are gross.
well, wait till you
Same.
hear the-
Ew. I'm
Wait.
half of one. I just I don't even rinse my whole body.
I use a hair dryer actually. I don't even use a towel.
No,
I air dry.
Epic. Yep.
the national average is 3 uses before a wash.
Oh fuck! It's guys like me and Rob that really.
We skew the numbers.
So, and they said that exceeding 4 to 5 has no harmful effects or anything like that. So, but the national average is 3. So I was like, I'm doing way too much fucking laundry. Like this explains a lot. A family of 5, it's a lot of fucking towels
Do
every
you
goddamn
all
day.
do it every?
I do
use?
it just for me.
Mhm.
I mean, I'll wash the kids like every week. So it's like, they take but 3-4 showers a week. So I take at least 2 showers a day because I sweat so much in the morning after working out or doing something outside. It's just, I don't know, paranoia.
See, I
Guys,
got
I have
2
to
girls.
admit,
So
I haven't done laundry since probably 2013.
Woo!
really?
11 years
Yeah.
and going.
The wife, she does all the laundry, and then the oldest is old enough. Nobody else can touch that. She does her own laundry.
Oh.
And when I was single for 6 years, if I needed clothes, I just bought them, and I don't know where all the clothes went. And if I needed towels, I just bought new towels. I never did. Even when the wife first met me, she's like, "Wow, this washer and dryer is like new," and I'm like, "I take really good care of it." I never used it. Like, I'm not even really sure. I think I could figure it out, but I buy the laundry detergent and little sheets you throw in there. But...
No, that's
all right. So hold on. Along those lines, what about socks? Do you guys rewear socks from the previous day?
Ooh,
yeah.
I do, but I feel fucking filthy about it. I make sure the wife can't tell which ones they are because she'll point it out. She's like, "Are those the socks you wore yesterday?" I'm like, "Mind your fucking business," you know.
Mind your fucking business.
Now, I abuse the fuck out of denim jeans though. I hate it when she's always washing them after just one use. I'm like, these jeans are still good. What are you doing washing these fucking things?
I don't wash my jeans.
They shouldn't. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I don't remember the last time I washed my jeans.
I don't.
And I only wash them if they get shit on them.
Oh. Yeah, about every 2 weeks I'll wash them, just in case.
Yeah. And usually it's my own fault. I'm like eating fucking hot Cheetos and I do little wipesies on the pocket. I go, fuck.
Yeah.
I still don't. I still don't wash them. So what I do too is like once a year I'll ask, like it's my mom's thing. I need socks or potentially underwear for Christmas. That's the only time I get new socks. And then when it hits, I throw all the other ones away and then I start fresh.
I just bought socks and underwear because I'm getting to a point where some of my underwear has the holes, and I'm like,
right in the crotch, like underneath.
Yeah, it starts
where your balls are hanging out.
Yeah, so I get the box. Well, boxer brief. So it's like, but not the long leg. I don't like the long leg. I like just the regular leg. You get the little about this long, right? That's cool.
What defines regular? Is there shorties? There's shorties, then there's regular, then there's long.
I think, dude, I was okay. So hear me out. I was at Walmart to buy my boxer briefs. One, they have way too many brands now. There's like Hanes, there's Reebok, there's N1, there's fucking Fruit of the Loom, and I'm sitting there and there's a lot of 3-packs that are $20. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah. And normally I buy the 6-pack of like Fruit of the Loom or Hanes or whatever.
I went Gildan.
Buy 5 get 1 free.
You ever tried the Gildan ones, like the cheap T-shirts? The Gildan, they have boxers. They're very affordable. They're pretty comfy boxer briefs.
I went and it was N1 because, all right. So hear me out. I don't like colored boxers. I just want black. But they always have to put gray and blue and red. I just want fucking black boxers, man. That's all I want. Okay, yeah, we need sunglasses here.
Just make sure I don't clip that one.
That's all I want. And one had a pack that's like all just dark. I think they're all black, but
I'm wearing fucking.
They're like mesh. They're like mesh shit or whatever.
Did you guys know that there's a right underwear for your body type? According to realmenrealstyle.com. I'm going to show you guys. Apparently, if you're thin, you should be rocking these little brief things, maybe trunks, boxer briefs, but definitely not the boxers. So apparently thin people cannot wear boxers. Fit people, what's your style score? Fuck off.
Fuck you, bitch.
It's whatever I want.
Fit people can wear whatever. Muscular whatever. Good for you, Goot, you son of a bitch. You got them
so
wide
falls
hips.
In those.
Look at that. We can only wide hippers, trunks and boxer briefs, and the large waist, only boxer briefs and boxers.
Just for this fucking chart, I'm going to go buy some fucking briefs. Just out of fucking sheer... Yeah, I'm going to break the mold for fatties.
Tidy whitey briefs? Or...
I rocked tidy whities when I was a kid. And it was mainly because I think my dad wore tidy whities.
Yeah.
So it was like we're not doing anything different in this house. And then as I got older, I'm like, tidy whities are the gayest thing you can wear. And it doesn't hide if you have a fucking chart. You're seeing that shit stain for the rest of your life. You're scarring those boxers.
I can just picture Max and his dad just walking around that house like men in tidy whities.
We did, bro. We 100% did. I feel bad for my mom because my brother did the same thing. It's just like three fucking dudes walking around with whitey tighties on.
Man, why were those a thing?
I wore the
Who
boxers.
still wears them?
anybody over the age of 60. Guarantee it.
They always wear them so high up too. You know what I mean? Like that's what my grandpa used to. He always used to wear it almost to his belly button, and he's sitting there and he just walked through the house with his, little what can you say, wife beater still? His wife beater on and his
That's what I
tiny
wear.
whiteies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I stopped doing the beaters. I wear undershirts now because of the stupid fucking dreaded stains, like deodorant stains. They were killing my t-shirts. And it's like even you can wash them 2 or 3 times, and sometimes it still doesn't come out.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have a guess when the first boxer shorts were invented? Because I was curious.
I'm going
64.
1875.
Oh wow. Google, you have any guesses on when the boxer shorts are invented?
1862.
Okay. See, I was thinking more along Eubens, like the 60s or something, but apparently it was 1925 by the founder of the boxing outfitter Everlast. For the first time, an elastic waistband was used to enable better all this and that, and this is why the underpants are still called boxer shorts to the day.
Interesting.
The more you know. And Max, I'm getting there.
You got it.
The AND1 underwear, top tier. Yeah. That's what I got as well.
All right. Cool.
That I'm even rocking them right now.
So A tier for you.
So I was hoping I made a good decision.
So A tier for you guys, because for me, I go the Duluth edition ones. So that's during the day, and then I wear the gilded ones at nighttime.
Yep.
So it's a
you wear 2 different boxers.
You are treating your wiener like royalty, my friend. You are spoiling that thing.
Dude, you're a stand-up gentleman, sir. You know what? Tell your wife she caught a good one.
Yeah.
You must get
except for on the laundry front.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You're taking 2
Christ.
showers a day. That dick is definitely clean. She's always on that thing for sure. She's like, hey, I need a little salt in my diet.
Chapstick on, baby.
Yeah, you need the vasectomy as well. Do you guys think you can get a buy one get one?
I don't know if I could do that. It's just my pride's too much to play there.
We should all go live at the same time and get it done at the exact same time and just be sitting there and just the power goes out. I'm running. I'm kicking that doctor in the face.
That would be a pretty wild live stream.
Yeah, they're not stopping me from getting out. That's gonna be chaos.
I kind of remembered I canceled that appointment. So I figured if I cancel in November, there won't be any more opportunities in December. And then I'm like, I guess we'll have to wait to fill up this plan again.
At least we're not Burley, though, where he has like $30 to $40 pair of underwear that he shits occasionally on the carnivore diet. I would be devastated if I had a $30 or $40 pair of underwear that I shit, trust to fart too much or whatever, and then just have to throw away.
I don't trust farts anymore, dude. I really don't. Like, I'm always like one step away from like knowing that I'm gonna shit my pants. It's like I'm just like I don't trust them anymore. I'm like, I just don't. I know them, So I'm like, all right, listen, man. If this is the one, it is what it is.
So speaking of turtles and dicks and all that fun stuff, one time Burley asked me. I have to ask this now because have you guys ever like sat down like say you wake up during like 4 a.m. in the morning, you gotta go pee. Do you ever like sit down to pee because you're still sleeping? Do you ever like pee through that bottom thing and pee on the floor?
I haven't, but I'll sit down to pee. Yeah, sometimes I get up and I'm just out of it and I'm groggy, sometimes dizzy. I don't know what the hell's going on. I probably should see a doctor. Haven't seen one of those in the last time. Probably since the last time I did laundry. But yeah, I'll sit down. But I've never pissed through the thing. I'm gonna try.
It's a problem. Like I have to sit so far back to make sure it's fucking horrible.
Why? Because are you hard while you're doing this?
No, I'm just.
I was gonna say if you are, then I was just trying to see the slant.
We gotta push down. You gotta push down.
But no, I'm not.
It's hard to pee. Ladies don't know how hard it is to pee with an erection.
That's not very difficult, but like I'm not waking up in the morning to sit and pee though. I will stand up and piss all over the shower curtain before I sit down. I stand on moral principle.
Did you guys see there's a viral TikTok thing? It's like make your wife try this, and she's got a hose and she's got to hold it like it's her dick and
I
pee
saw that.
In the bowl without getting water anywhere. And they're like, "See what you're doing?" She's like, "Oh, not pretty hard for you to do that, isn't it?" And it's like obviously. It's not that hard, but it's actually it was funny. I forget. It was like
I googled
a
it real
couple
quick,
did it.
and I put "make your wife try this, comma peeing" TikTok video, and it brought up a whole bunch of shit that I feel like I should send this link over to you guys for Rage in the Village, because there's a headline that says "My wife told me that I can pee on her," and then it was how to incorporate piss play into your sex life, and it's just a whole bunch of things that are not that video that we were looking at. But yeah, apparently there is something called sexuality.girlsaskguys.com that I feel like could be a new segment of the Rage and Village podcast.
The show notes would be crazy.
Have you guys ever wanted to buy anything from the TikTok shop?
Every day.
I have bought something.
I saw something, Euban. I feel like, do you like belts, Euban?
Oh, yeah. Like, wait, hold on.
Whoa. Like wrestling belts?
Are you talking about like I'm not wearing like
wearing a belt because you don't want your pants to fall down?
So I wear dress pants for work every day. So I feel like if you're tucking in a shirt without a belt, you're a real big piece of shit. Honestly,
Oh,
I don't
you're
know
a
what it is.
sociopath.
Yeah,
100%.
so I have a couple of belts just because like I have to have a brown one, black one. I gotta color coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. On the TikTok shop, they had these belt straps that I didn't know was a thing.
The belt buddies?
So I maybe, but basically they're like, it's not a belt, it's two straps, and you would put them in your jeans on the sides, and you just Velcro it on the sides. They're two straps. It blew my mind. I'm like, you have them?
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, that's genius.
They sent them to me a while ago. Yeah, they work. They look kind of dumb, but man, I wish I had them.
They look ridiculous, but I don't know if it's. I guess if like you just didn't feel like wearing a belt with jeans, and you're wearing a t-shirt, and you just want to do the straps, and they're on the side, so like if your t-shirt goes over. Now, if your t-shirt does not go over, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is in your jeans?" Because it's just random straps.
So they actually said they send them. They're 3-packs when they send it to you. There's 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they'll send you the small, medium, and large. At least they used to, and this is what they look like. So you don't have the belt buckle going into the belly anymore. And they come in a couple of different sizes. I found, honestly, I rocked them. I still have them on a pair of pants somewhere. You only really need one. You just need one on the side. You're good.
Wow.
I saw it. I was like, that's pretty genius. Although those guys all were tucking their fucking polos into jeans, and that just means you're 97.
And you probably wear your cell phone on your hip.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you see the collars coming up on t-shirts is coming back now too? And I was like,
fuck off.
We're getting old as fuck. That shit that whenever we were in school is becoming popular again. See,
I did that.
You did
sure.
that. We saw pictures of you back in the day. You did it.
And I regret every minute of it. Like,
did you ever do the
looking
double?
Back, no, I didn't do the double. But looking back, I was an asshole. And anyone that knows me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I hate to be the one to break this to you. You still are an asshole if that means anything.
Well, guys, I'm sorry. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
He's still looking for that belt button.
Yeah.
He's like, I know it's in here.
I know it's here, you sons of a...
No.
Ever since I saw Jet Li use the belt for fighting, I will specially pick out a belt. I've had this belt for like 20 years, where I have it in my brain in case I were getting a fight and I was outnumbered. My belt is going to be my fucking weapon. So it's just that's the only reason why I wear a belt.
Goot, you're fucking built different.
You are
I
like,
need a little bit of some goot brain. Just a little bit of that brain.
can you give me a little bit of that testosterone, a little bit? Because this is, estrogen that I got too much built up in this fucking man boob body here.
Let's split it, Euban. We'll each take a little hit of it, you know?
Give us a little pill. You're not afraid to take them. We won't either.
I want some hydroxy goot. Hook me up with some hydroxy goot, all right?
And no, I am looking at the time here too. I know Burley isn't here, but we haven't done a video game update. I think like a month. So
2-3 weeks.
Well, rules are Tasha steps in.
Hey.
That's what I was gonna say. Since she was the fantasy football winner between you guys last
Fuck
week,
you guys, okay?
It's
She's
only
gonna be
right.
bringing up that she beat me in fantasy football until we're 70. She's like, remember that time I beat you in fantasy football? Like, God damn it, Tasha! Yeah, it's gonna happen.
created monsters because again, my wife too. She's like, you know, I scored the highest amount of points in your guys' entire fucking league. And she goes, don't draft 4 quarterbacks. Look at me. And I'm like, fuck off. I mean, you got lucky.
1 week.
One
week.
fucking week. And she kept saying, too, she after Friday's game or the Thursday's game against the Chiefs and Ravens, she's like, I won. I go, no, dumbass. It goes until Monday. Like, you have to. So Sunday again, she's like, still won. And I'm like, there's one more fucking game. And then she surprised me too. She dropped Raheem Mostert or whatever, but she didn't know who it was at first. She's like, I dropped a running back. He had a Q next to his name. And I go, who the fuck did you drop? And I was like, because I'm about to get on the waiver wire. I was like, who'd you drop? She goes, I don't know. Some fucking scrub. And I'm like, I'm like, Jonathan Taylor's up for grabs or something. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's just probable is fucking just
I saw she
there.
did that.
I saw
she did that.
So did it all on her own, and but she couldn't think. She's like, I can't remember his name, and I'm like, bitch, who was it? You know, and finally she goes, oh, Raheem, and I go, never mind, you're good. Yep, never mind. Good for you.
I didn't even think he had a carry, which is wild because he had 19 touchdowns last year.
Yes,
I mean,
dude, he was.
I get it, but I mean,
but when you're playing from behind, you know, like they were, you're not gonna run.
It's true.
All right, I'll bring this up. Let's see here. Bloop. Should we do a couple to catch up or just one?
Ooh. I feel like if we do a couple, isn't that almost the entire list?
Yeah.
We got
like 15 left, probably.
15, 16, 17, 18,
So 22?
19. Yeah, between 19
20.
and 22.
Yeah. We got 20 left.
Okay, I was like,
Should we just purposely get rid of all of Sony's?
Jesus, you want to do that to Burley on Friday the 13th? There'll be a massacre.
I like some of the Sony's. So. Allegedly.
I don't know, Matt. Why don't you do us the honors? Why don't you pick first this time?
Okay. Let's go with. We're getting 3DO interactive multiplayer. I don't know what the fuck it is. Do you guys?
I've never heard
Number
of
12.
Never heard of that.
Apparently, it was a good one. See ya.
Oh.
I'm intrigued now, but 3DO.
Tasha's upstairs. I gotta call her.
Oh, I thought you didn't have your phone.
Oh.
I had to go around and grab it.
Look at this guy. People don't forget.
This is the 3DO interactive
Panasonic.
multiplayer.
Wow.
Look at that. That actually looks
had
like
Road Rash on it. Street Fighter 2. Maybe we should have kept that around.
That does look pretty cool.
That actually looks pretty badass. Like a VCR and a clock radio combined.
VHR, yeah. No, VHS.
Interesting. Well, it's gone.
Well, too late.
That was fun. Why isn't Goot throwing out?
Take out number 6, the Sega Master System.
Sega Master System. I don't know what that is either. Do you guys?
No.
Same.
Nope.
We're about to. Okay. Universal
Wow.
Sega.
Oh, that's like the original Sega.
Yeah.
You know, there's some nerds probably listening in on this going, these guys didn't even know what a Sega Master System was.
I'm never listening to this podcast again.
Correct.
I mean, if they made it this far, good for them.
That's true.
They're also not getting a vasectomy. They're also not going to fly. They're also not going to take random pills from Sensei.
Sifu.
It was Seamaster Sam.
Sifu Simon.
Sifu Sinbad.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with 3, the Intellivision. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, the Intellivision was cool.
Oh, fuck, of course it was.
At least I thought it was.
A bad TV show.
I mean, it was old, but I mean, for its time, the games that, I mean, nowadays, obviously, it's there, but.
Jesus.
I do remember that now.
I never had one, but I do definitely
Stand
look
by
at all
it.
those games when it came out. Look at this.
They had like a master collection for PlayStation, I think, that had all of them on there.
Isn't that cool? Well, it's gone. Should we phone Burley for his pick? Kind of want to.
Well, I asked Tasha, so we'll see if she responds. She's upstairs.
I'm going to call him anyways, just to think he'll answer.
Knowing Burley, yes.
Say for you, of course.
He's going to answer with the N-word.
Yep.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
I'm here.
I think you pressed the button.
Damn, if it said his real name, I'd be laughing my ass off right now.
I know. I was thinking like it's saying a phone number.
Yeah.
I panicked and just hung up real quick. All right.
All right, so
Max, did you pick one?
I did not.
Oh yeah. My brain said, "Who the fuck is Max?"
It's really hard for me to keep saying this.
Dude, it's.
I'm trying.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very annoying, but I feel like it's for the best for my life.
I agree.
Wholeheartedly, yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna get rid of the Nintendo DS because I gotta tell you, the original DS was fucking dog shit. I mean, it had some good games, but no one used the fucking. No one cared about having the dual screen.
Yeah.
And the stupid stylus. You lost the stylus. How much money did Nintendo make from fucking styluses? Because you lost it instantly, especially as a kid. You're like, oh, I got a stylus. And then 2 seconds later, you're like, where the fuck is my stylus?
I never used it. I was big in Pokemon when I was
Tasha
growing up.
chose.
Oh,
What do we got?
You guys are going to laugh. The Atari 7800, gone.
Atari 70.
solid pick.
That is. I mean, Atari. Which one was it? 7800?
7800.
Number 7.
Yep.
See ya. I mean,
That's
that's how they should be picked. It's not like, hey, we're getting rid of the the Switch in PlayStation 2. And... Son of a bitch.
No, I do feel for Burley though, just because of the whole Christian McCaffrey thing. That does suck being a fantasy owner, but it could have happened to a better person.
Mm-hmm. I mean, allegedly, he might have made some comments about some players in the NFL, and he got the white running back.
That's true.
Some might call that karma.
That's true.
Karma.
That's very true. I think you're here too. We might actually get to hear the gong noise again. This feels like.
And the exit song?
Oh shit! I forgot we even had an exit.
So I am
song.
working. I am trying with Riverside. I do love Riverside. They're not obviously a friend of the show, but they are what we use to produce a lot of these. And there is an option where you can add other people, but you have to then go to the business plan. So I tried to talk to him like, hey, I just need like an extra guy or two in the soundboard, and because even as a producer, you don't get access to the soundboard. I can only really start and stop. But then they were like, yeah, it's going to be $1,000 a month. And I was like, well, you can get fucked. So I am working with a salesperson there to see if like I can just add I mean, the way that they build it out, you can add little packages and this and that and piece it together. So I'm hoping I can at least get somebody else or at least have the producer if I can't make it so I can do sounds and have fun with it. But as of right now, they don't allow it. So
Gotcha. Well, we do appreciate everyone listening to our worst flight scenarios and how often you wash your towel. Let us know in the comments of the, if you're watching this on YouTube or check out some of our socials and let us know how often are you washing your towels, or do you have a worst flight experience than that we have said. So we're going to go ahead and hit you guys with some outro music. We love your faces. Be kind to your wieners. We'll see you.
Tony, Matt, Tyson, Goot, Euban, and Rob, telling you how life should be. They're gonna talk shit and make fun of your mom and everything in between.
keep downloading movies.
Tony, Matt, Tyson, Goot, Euban, and Rob are bringing this show for y'all. They're gonna say what they want and keep it raw with the show called Body Wrong.